Lecture 13. Now today we are going to speak about the questions as who runs government, the cabinet, how government is run, who runs government, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the leader of Her Majesty's government and is ultimately responsible for all policy and decisions. The Prime Minister also oversees the operation of the civil service and the government agencies, appoints members of the government, is the principal government figure in the House of Commons. The Cabinet. The Cabinet is made up of the senior members of government. Every week during Parliament, members of the Cabinet meet to discuss the most important issues for the government. Now see, who is in the Cabinet? First, a Prime Minister, 21 Cabinet Ministers, 98 other ministers, and in total 120 ministers. Ministers are chosen by the Prime Minister from the members of the House of Commons and House of Lords. They are responsible for the actions, successes, and the failures of their departments. How government is run? Government, departments, and the agencies. Departments and their agencies are responsible for putting government policy into practice. 24 ministerial departments, 20 non-ministerial departments, and over than 300 agencies and other public bodies. Government departments. Some departments, like the Ministry of Defense, cover the whole United Kingdom. Others don't. The Department for Work and Pensions doesn't cover Northern Ireland. This is because some aspects of government are devolved to Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Non-ministerial departments are headed by senior civil servants and not ministers. They usually have a regulatory or inspection function like the Charity Commission. Executive agencies. They are part of government departments and usually provide government services rather than decide policy, which is done by the department and oversees the agency. An example is the driver and the vehicle licensing agency, overseen by the Department for Transport. Other public bodies. These have varying degrees of independence but are directly accountable to ministers. There are 4 types of non-departmental public bodies. Executive bodies do work for the government in specific areas, for example, the Environment Agency. Advisory bodies provide independent, expert advice to ministers, for example, the Committee on Standards in Public Life. Tribunal bodies are part of the justice system and have jurisdiction over a specific area of law, for example, the Competition Appeal Tribunal. Independent monitoring boards are responsible for the running of prisons and the treatment of prisoners. For example, Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Prisons. Civil service. The civil service does the practical and the administrative work of government. It is coordinated and managed by the Prime Minister in their role or as Minister for the Civil Service. Around half of all civil servants provide services direct or to the public, including as paying benefits and pensions, running employment services, staffing prisons, issuing driving licenses.